Hi Pisces, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your May 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as all we have in front of us, take out the crossword as always, and also pull some oracle cards and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. So let's see what we get. Okay, well, we have Neptune, and Neptune's actually in your signs, been there for quite some time, and that could point to a bit of a dreamy energy. We also have Scorpio. So for you guys, Scorpio's your ninth house of philosophy, higher learning, foreign affairs, and there's going to be a full moon eclipse in Scorpio in the middle of May, and the South Node is there as well. And we have second house. So for you guys, that's actually Aries. Of course, at the time of recording this, we're still technically in Aries season, but yeah, that could relate to your finances, possessions, self-worth, and there is an Aries card in your spread too. So we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Emperor, which is Aries energy, and the Ace of Swords. So what this says to me is I feel like for a lot of you, you might be seeking some insight into how to improve your financial conditions, possibly even working toward a goal where you're possibly going to get some kind of a promotion. Or so, for example, maybe you're going to college, let's say, to get a higher level degree so you could elevate your status, something along those lines there. But with this, I feel like this is saying that you're more in the thinking phase on how to do it right now. So I don't feel like you've made the move just yet for a lot of you, but it's definitely heavy on your mind. And it could have just been something that you started to think about as we were moving through Aries season. All right, in the Challenger optical position, we have the Magician, Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy, and Eight of Swords, which is Gemini energy. So could just be saying that the challenge there is you might actually have valid ideas on how to improve your situation, right? But the hard part for you is actually taking that first step forward. You might just feel like you're not quite ready to do so, possibly because of the ties you have currently. So here's a generic example of how I can see this playing out. Maybe you're realizing that there's better economic opportunities for you in another area from where you're currently at, right? But you might think about, oh, I'd have to move away from family, right? Or things along those lines. So that could be part of what is holding you back for the time being, because you might be trying to see if there's another way you could work it out. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Devil. So this is Capricorn energy here. And yeah, see what I'm getting with this too, similar to what I was just saying there, is a feeling of obligation. So for you guys, Capricorn energy is your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes and wishes. So yeah, seeing this energy here, I feel like that's part of it, right? Where you might just feel obligated to these people for whatever reason. So let's say it's even within a work environment too, since Capricorn energy could represent that as well. Let's say you have a better job opportunity that's available to you, but you might just feel, like you're obligated to the people you're currently working with. So that could be where it's hard for you to break that tie, right? So something along those lines. All right. Past energy, we have the Tower in reverse. So usually when I see the Tower come up in reverse, it's either a crisis was averted altogether, or another way I can see this playing out could just be saying that even if there was a bit of a Tower moment, if we look at their position, right, they're a lot more likely to land on their feet with it in this position versus in the upright. So some of you might have gone through a minor Tower moment or saw the potential for that to take place, and you might have avoided it in the past. All right. Present position, we have the Six of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here. So yeah, this could be it again, right? Where, like I said, it seems like there's ties that are holding you where you're currently at. Now, this does seem to be a much more positive manifestation of that. So it could just be saying that that's why it's so tricky for you, right? Where you see there is opportunity elsewhere, but you just feel like you're comfortable with the people that you're currently with. So some of you might feel like more of an obligation, but for others you could feel more like a comfort level. And for some of you, this could even say that this might be you putting the idea out there, right, to others in your environment, letting them know, like, hey, this is what I'm feeling, right, things along those lines, and seeing how they feel about it. All right, in the near future position, we have the Seven of Wands. So this is Leo energy here, and for you guys, Leo energy does represent your energy of your work, your daily routines. So yeah, this could just be saying that whatever this idea is, you might be feeling some resistance to it as well, right? So just a super generic example, maybe you put the idea out there, hey guys, just, I'm thinking about moving to this other area, right? So I could pursue this opportunity, and you might feel like there's some resistance there. For others, you just could even just be saying that you might be elevated in some way within your current work environment, and you might feel like there are people who aren't necessarily too happy to see that you got the opportunity versus them. All right, the position of your influence on a situation, we have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, with this, I'm getting an energy again of kind of holding on, right? Holding on to what you know, what you're familiar with, and how that could possibly be leading to a bit of loss for you. Because this is again that Capricorn energy, and actually, interestingly enough, at the time of recording this, we just had a full moon in Libra that made a square with Pluto in these degrees of Capricorn. So that could have been what was bringing this thing up for you as well. But yeah, looking at that, that's kind of what I'm feeling with this. And then when we have that full moon eclipse in Scorpio, it's actually going to make a more supportive aspect with Pluto in that regard. So maybe that'll help clear things up for you when it comes to that situation. All right. In the position of the environment, we have the Hierophant. So this is Taurus energy here, and of course we'll be in Taurus energy for a lot of May, but also there's going to be that new moon eclipse in Taurus right at the very end of April. So given that that's your third house communication, that might be a good time for you to communicate around the situation. You might even get some insight around that time too on how best to move forward around the situation. But yeah, this looks like this is saying that you're probably going to get back in touch with what works for you on a more spiritual level, right? Getting more in touch with that versus just, let's say, if you're thinking about strictly, oh, I could get more money here, right? So kind of incorporating those extra elements. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Seven of Swords. So yeah, I'm going to assume this is a fear for most of you, right? Just maybe feeling like you may be deceived in some way if you do leave your comfort zone, right? So maybe if you do start interacting with a different group or move to a different area, there could be some fear that what if it doesn't work out the way you're hoping, right? What if it's not what it seems? Things along those lines. And in the outcome position, we have the Six of Swords, which is Aquarius energy again. Nine of Swords, more Gemini energy. And King of Swords, Aquarius energy there too. So the good thing here, I feel like this is saying that as we progress through the month, you are going to get a lot more mental clarity and feel a lot sure of where you want to go next. The reason why I say that is we see that Six of Swords, right? Attempting to move to calmer waters. And initially you might feel like that necessarily doesn't work out in your favor, right? Because you might feel like, okay, I'm moving away now. This is even more heavy on my mind. But through the process of going through that, it looks like by the time we get to the end of the month, you're actually going to feel a lot more sure of yourself and where you want to go next from there. So that's definitely a good thing, especially because this is Aquarius energy. So to see this King of Swords energy and outcome says to me that you will successfully get a hold over what thoughts are going on through your head around the situation. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. So yeah, this could be part of it too, right? Where maybe you have a lot of opportunities and you're like, I don't really know which way to go regarding those opportunities. So that could be part of what's at play for you too, just trying to get those narrowed down to what works best for you. And like I said, it could just be that you're trying to take a lot of different aspects into consideration, right? What's best for me? What's best for my family? What's best for my friends? What's best for my current workplace, right? So you could just be thinking of all these different elements and trying to find the perfect answer that makes everyone happy, and that could be where the difficulty comes in, right? And interestingly enough, beneath that, we see another Capricorn energy. So yeah, for a lot of you, I feel like this is saying that, you really are trying to do right by everyone, but could be leading to a bit of a loss for you guys in the process. All right, so moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word, replace fear with love. All right. Oh, thought it was focused there, and then, all right, hold on. Okay, it says the mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. When you are impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for the words that come from fear. Your mind is only fertile for the words that come from love. So, definitely a pretty positive message there, especially given that we do see that nine of swords energy, which could point to being trapped in your mind a bit. Also, that seven of cups energy. So, hope that resonated with you. All right. Next, we have from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, we have why. There's the artwork, and the number is 31. So let's see what that has to say. Okay, it says motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. The Oracle's message: there's great power in understanding your motives right now. The Oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and, most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motive defines the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. All right, so yeah, pretty positive message there, and that could be what you guys are going through as well. Just trying to reevaluate why you're doing the things you do. The relationship message says we don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this, and why did I say that, and spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasure of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? So yeah, again, pretty positive message there. I didn't necessarily get this as more of a romantic reading, but if so, I hope it resonated with you guys. In worst case, we'll do the love readings next week too. Okay, the prosperity message says, knowing the motives behind your career and creative ventures is the ticket to your greatest success. It's time to ask yourself some probing questions. Are you driven by a desire to serve? Does your prosperity impact the greater good? When you envision your prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by a need to make money, acquire things, save for the future, or all of these? No motive is good or bad, but having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. Be clear about why you want the things you do. If the motives are true, accept them. If they are not, change them so you can step into your extraordinary life. So yeah, pretty positive message there too, and I feel like that does fit the overall scope where, like I said, it looks like you're trying to see what works best for everyone, right? And it could just be even your, rather than groups of people, it could be even just your individual needs, right? So either way, it looks like you're definitely evaluating all that this month. All right, lastly, we have Mudra for you guys. This is your Mudra here. It's the Dhyana Mudra. The keyword for it is meditation. Alright, so there's a lot of info on this card, so what I'll do is I'll hold it here for a second if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say, and then I'll move it up so we can get the rest in the frame. Get to focus again. Okay, there we go. So under benefits it says facilitates natural diaphragmatic breathing, aids efficient digestion and assimilation of nutrients, helps the earnest spiritual seeker to embody their original nature by releasing striving and attachment. The gesture gives tangible expression to what can't be explained in words. So if that sounds like a Mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name of it in the description video as always. I will wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.